You ready?
Ready.
Where are you gonna cut?
So what's happening here, Ryan?
We're
Tell me.
So we're gonna go over Hoya prop, and we actually put this up on our Instagram recently. Here's our giant Hoya meredithii. Not the largest leaf on there, but it could be. One day it could be that big. So we come over here, we cut in place, and then they take everything back over in front of the fan so they're not cooking all day.
That makes a lot of sense.
It makes it a lot easier on them, and so we try to get everything cut over here.
And where are you cutting? Like you just cutting?
Coming down to the next
To the next node.
Don't spoil me. I'll watch you over here all the time.
Exactly. Holding the plant.
So you want to make sure that you don't have, nothing's going to come out of an inner node of a Hoya. So you want to make sure that it is cut as close to the nearest node down that you can, but we try not to butcher the plant. So we leave some foliage on it.
And
yeah, we want it to grow some more.
Right. And then the latex is kind of normal with the Hoya. So if people are seeing that for the first time, the little white stuff coming out of it. And it gets sticky.
But this one's not bad. It's not like that other one I was doing. Okay, I'm taking on.
Cool.
So as you can tell, we do have a lot that look alike, and she knows what she's gonna cut. She gets tags, she matches those tags up with the cuttings so that we're not getting them mixed up when they get over there.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can tell she's already got her tags out.
And I wrote them all down in here, all the ones I'm gonna do.
Oh, nice.
Because I don't get a whole flat of anything.
So these are a little bit more complicated, huh? Just because of the latex, does it get sticky?
These don't have much coming out, so.
Some have more than others.
Yeah.
So you'll get
That
some.
one's got a lot. I can't put the pieces down.
Yeah.
Like you'll get Hoya carrii, for instance. When we're cutting it way up. I mean, it's just raining. I mean, they contain a lot of it. Some have very little. And we structure this based on the leaf size. So something like a meredithii, I can't put 5 leaves in there and make it work right. So you see that we've done Matilda's splash here, and she's done multiple cuttings per pot because the leaves are so much smaller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those I did 3 times 3.
So we did 9 cuttings in that. And as we're going along, we make on the tag that has the plant name, we'll go through and put how many cuttings, because as y'all saw this morning, there's so many, and there's no way you can keep up in your head on exactly how many cuttings per. So we're always adjusting that. This doesn't look right. It just doesn't look full enough. So we'll go in, we do adjust those numbers from time to time, but this is what
sometimes the leaves come out really big and I can't fit as many as I used to.
Yeah. Sounds like my jeans. And then these don't go to the mist bench, Ryan. So how long does it usually take to get some good roots on these guys?
It really depends on the time of year. So we had some this summer in the heat of the summer, depending on the variety now, but we had some completely root in 2 weeks. I wouldn't say that's the average. I would say they're anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks on average.
And that was what, the compacta? No, that took about a month.
Yeah.
And it was all full of
Clemenciorum went really fast this summer. We've also changed our mix. We started adding more perlite to our mix to make it a little more airy. I think that helped them root in a little bit faster.
Yeah, and drain faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Janet's an aficionado. She's a very good propagator with speed and everything else. So you can tell what she's going to cut here. So she's got everything laid out.
Yeah.
Right. This one grows pretty fast.
That's what Ryan was saying, yeah.
I cut on it all the time. Oh, there's nowhere to put anything.
And as we said this morning, she's got gloves on and she's not going to reach up to her eye. You mentioned that they're definitely not euphorbias, but
Yeah.
they can hurt your eyes if you get that sap in there.
Janet, have you ever accidentally rubbed your eye or anything like that during the process, or?
Not with these, but I was cutting, what was I cutting? I think I was cutting these euphorbia.
Yeah, the euphorbia.
And it squirted out right into my eye.
This is what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, so I went home, washed my eye out first, then I went home, and when I came back the next day, I brought eye protection.
Oh my God. Dangerous.
Yeah, I brought the safety glasses that I use when I'm weed eating.
Yeah, Euphorbia leuconura is one that I can think specifically that has the little furry things. It can really cause some damage. And we try to get all of this relatively new growth. You can see this is the old woody part that's down there. We try to get most of those new shoots. And we leave the majority of the plant as is, the old part of the plant anyway.
Well, I'm glad I did some B-roll of this plant prior to Miss Hatchet
Right.
over here. Janet McHatchet.
And we used to prop in place in here. We didn't always do what we're doing now, but this, this bay, it's, the western sun really heats up over here during the afternoon. So we do what we do and we get back underneath the fans because this bay can get you.
In the winter, I'll do it over here. Okay.
Do you ever get into a place where you're like, oh, I propagated too much? It's like not enough space.
Yes. That's when I used to call Steve out here and say, Steve, I just made this flat and I can't fit it on the mid. I don't have any space to put it on the benches.
Yeah, I'm a Hoya lover too.
India, Arsbury. So these plants will go back over to be grown out in A, where we just were. And two things happen. One, we have enough to sell, or two, I hold them to make more stock plants. And we'll generally put, most of the rare ones we'll put up on auction just to see, what the want is for it. If the want's really high, then I hold them until I have enough to produce where people aren't upset with me, which happens quite often where, they are a slower plant. Sometimes we put something out and I only have a few. But I try to make it so we do our first release with at least a flat of them when we're putting them on the site. Even that sometimes is not enough, but
Yeah,
at least 20 people get it,
When did you really increase your number of varieties and species of Hoya?
Probably really started vamping up a couple of years ago. We were bringing a few things in, but not, massive variety counts. We probably brought in the last 2 weeks, 30 varieties.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, there's
More work for you, Janet.
Yeah, I love them. And I like that they don't have to go on the list, so
Yeah.
fighting everybody else's space over there.
They're a little less high maintenance.
And the funny thing is, Janet started propagating these guys, and now she's a Hoya head. She loves them. She's got a pretty good collection herself.
She's like, oops, Hoya fell into my pocket.
No, it's more like, Brian, can I have one of these?
Everybody's got their plan in here, and I try to make sure that I feed the addiction as much as I possibly can.
Nice. Awesome. Well done. Thank you. Steve Sleeves was gracious enough to give our viewers a special discount code. If you're interested in bringing some of his plants home, you could use the code SUMMERRAIN15 when ordering online for 15% off your plants. Just head over to their website or go to stevesleaves.com/summerrain15. That's SUMMERRAYNE15. And if you thoroughly enjoy the botanical bliss we're producing, then give the video a thumbs up, and we'd love if you would subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell if you want to know when the videos come out. Every view counts because it not only helps grow the channel, but we also donate 1% of our Google AdSense proceeds to plant conservation every year. Additionally, if you'd like to dive more deeply into plant care and maintenance, check out our suite of online courses from plant care spreadsheets to houseplant basics to the Houseplant Masterclass. It can all be found on our websites homesteadbrooklyn.com and houseplantmasterclass.com. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.